How does it feel like you're in the public spotlight for about 4 years? However, is there more pressure on the documentary side because there's more vulnerability there?
Hi, I mean, look, ultimately, others have made this story. I simply did a job. It was captured, and then others crafted it and put it out for the public to see. So you see highs and you see lows. It's certainly how I felt when I watched it after it was submitted to Sundance. But ultimately, even for the moments where I have to look away or I cringe at myself, it's still worth putting out there because there's very rare opportunity, I think, to share what it looks like to be in leadership, how it feels to be in leadership. And we need to humanize, I think, the role. And I think we also need to show that empathy and kindness, there is a place for that in politics, there's a place for that in leadership.
And during your 4 years, you were going through the pandemic, which is just insane, and you handled it so well. When you were going through that, were there moments where you're like, they're going to make a documentary about this, and this will be the moment?
When you're in high-pressure situations and crisis, your only focus is on doing the job in front of you. It just so happens, my husband is a broadcaster. From the moment I became leader of the Labour Party, he just picked up his phone and started capturing moments without any plan on what would happen with that. And then after I left office, it was an opportunity then, I think, to just share a story or let others who are storytellers share a story. And my hope is that people who might doubt themselves will see just how much you can be capable of. People who are looking for different types of leadership, I hope they see it in this story.
I'm very excited to see this movie, and just getting to be around Jacinda and feel her energy is crazy. What was it like when you first pitched this documentary to her, and were there any reservations at the beginning that evolved?
So its conception is a little unusual because we never pitched a documentary at all. My company had worked with her on the Labour campaigns in 2017 and 2020, and we got to observe and capture things during that time, and she allowed us to film additional content. But it wasn't until she was out of office that we could have a conversation. We think this story has enormous relevancy, and we were so lucky that Clark, her husband, who's a filmmaker, also had the incredible smarts to pick up a camera and capture it for posterity in their own child. And so it wasn't a pitch like a normal doc. It was a holy heck, we have this extraordinary potential to tell a story, and would you allow us that privilege?
Yeah, and when I met Jacinda for the first time, it was a surreal experience because I had watched her COVID briefings from afar during COVID, and I just admired her so tremendously, her energy, the compassion and kindness that she brought to the job. It just feels more rare these days to see that in a leader, and so to get to tell her story it's been the thrill of a lifetime. It really has.
And what does it feel like to be showcasing this at Sundance, and why was Sundance the place that you want to show this documentary?
Well, I've been coming to Sundance for almost 20 years. This is my 7th Sundance. So I have a personal affection for this festival. I've met so many great friends here, made connections. I have memories all over town. So it just, it was, for me, it was like the only place I wanted to premiere this film. And then, of course, to premiere it at the Eccles is a dream.
Yeah.
A dream.